Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4, Death or Dishonor, playing as Romania, new and improved, now democratic. With an interesting leader led by Armand Calinescu, who I believe is, he's my Prince of Terror. That's interesting, but okay. We've declared a war against Turkey, and we're going to have to do this very quickly, because I just realized, yes, the Allies may not be defending them anymore, but there's a good chance that Turkey tries to join the Axis, and if that's the case, and Germany gets called in, well, that's just bad news for me across the board. So we're going to have to make a push for his capital, try to get him to capitulate in just a couple of weeks, if we can. I did set up some planes. Once these guys reinforce, we should be able to get air superiority over this region. And I did not reinforce this border, probably should have, but I think we might be able to push against him pretty quickly. I just need to grab a few of his victory points, capital, Istanbul, and maybe like 3 or 4 cities, and hopefully he's gone. Can I do this in just a matter of weeks? Maybe. Maybe I can. We're going to find out. But yeah, so we have to reinforce against the German Reich and Japan. Japan obviously scares the ever-loving crap out of me. German Reich will be very tough, and no matter what, I'm going to need a lot more people on the front line in order to beat them. So I have increased the number of troops that are being trained. Let's go ahead and make sure all equipment goes to those. I just need more bodies. More bodies in the field, please. That would do just fine with me. Alright, we're going to go ahead and push through this. You guys. Okay. I want you to make a beeline for the capital. I'm going to have to divide up some tanks. Let's see, hang on. 1, 2. You guys go to the capital. You guys go here. You guys go here. I'm just going to make a push for as many of these points as possible with just a couple of tank divisions. I'll probably encounter resistance on at least a couple of them. But if I'm able to get through it anyway, then that might be enough to get them to capitulate. You go here. Alright, if we can at least do that, we'll be okay. Infantry should be able to finish this all off. Let's see, all of you guys. Well, how do I select just the troops on this front line? Is there a way to do that? Select, yes, control right-click. Those are the ones. I only assigned a few. I thought I assigned more than this. Did I not? Can I also select these guys? Hang on. Let's just finish. Let's just go ahead and encircle these guys. Make sure they all get assigned properly. All these guys, finish them off. Good. Come on. Good. All right. All of you guys join this division. And push, push, push. There we go. I'm going to need some troops as just able to, kind of hold the front line so I don't accidentally get cut off as I spearhead my way through with these tanks. How are we looking as far as the air superiority? These guys still have not fully reinforced. Interesting. They're supposed to have up to 200 fighters. It just takes a little time, and usually they'll deploy an air wing. For some reason, they're taking their sweet time. Okay. Little concerned about Germany. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to you guys. I'm going to request your forces. Grab all of your troops. All the Bulgarians, please. Will do. Grab you. Try to ignore my tank. And I'm going to assign all of you guys to this front line, just in case Turkey joins the Axis. I'm going to request all of the forces of Hungary. Make sure all of you are assigned, just in case Germany joins. Really hope that doesn't happen. That would turn this Turkey war into something I really didn't intend for it to. But we'll see. Are you going anywhere? Yeah, you are. These guys are just taking a long time to cross the strait, but at least my tanks are quick. So here goes nothing. Please grab the capital. Don't join Germany. Do not join. I am low on resources. Let's fix that real quick. British Raj. Can afford to do a couple more there. Steel. Can afford to get a little bit more from, let's say, British Malaya? No, they don't have much available. Sweden? We'll try Sweden. We actually have too much rubber, surprisingly enough. Alright, let's go ahead and free up here. And here, so I'm not wasting civilian factories. I prefer everything to be in multiples of 8 if possible. I can even afford to bring this down to 1, and we're actually going to be okay. That's nice. Alright, so far a pretty successful push. Just keep going, guys. Keep going. Don't stop for anything. Ever. Don't ever stop. Tanks, tanks, tanks for the win. Alright, we need some more military factories assigned. I have 5 more to work with. What should I do with them? I say tanks. Because, well, that's the thing we are lacking. 1,000 tanks. And now I'm going to need some more resources. Of course I will. All right, grab that. And I'm shocked how little steel is available right now. No trade route can be found with the United States. That's a big part of the problem. Huh. Kinda surprised by that. Since they have the naval dominance, you wouldn't think that that'd be an issue. And yet somehow it is. Alright, still pushing. We got their capital down. How are we looking? They are almost capitulated, 84% of the way. If I can just get a couple more victory points, we might have it. Please get this before Germany can. Please, 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 please. Go, 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 go. I don't think I can quite stress how important it is these guys hurry up. Is that enough? It's not enough, is it? Ah! 88% of the way. Oh no, I'm not sure we're going to make it, guys. If we don't make it, I'm going to regret this so bad. Can you get here? You go here. You guys are just reinforcing. Go there. Go, 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 go. Fortunately, they have a lot of, like, mountainous territory, which makes it very difficult for my tanks to actually progress. Infantry is quite good, and if I had more time, this would be, you know, awesome. This would be fine, but time is not on my side right now. Okay, we're still pushing for that victory point. We've got one there. You go here. You're fine. See if you can push this way. You need to go this way. You're sort of stuck. Sit tight for a minute. Oh, lordy. All right, go, 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 go. It's a race against time here. Ooh, any second now. Any second now they'll join the Axis. Come on. Come on, tank. You're so close. You're so close. You got this, man. You got the organization. Come on. You have the power. You have the power. Get it? And is that enough? Okay. Oh my god, I think we did it. Capitulate, 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 capitulate. Right now. Yes! Okay. In hindsight, it was not actually intelligent to attack them the way... Wait, why does Poland exist? We'll come back to that. Yeah, in hindsight, it was not really intelligent for me to attack Turkey when I did. Kind of just because it did occur to me that really they could have just joined the Axis all willy-nilly and the Germans would have felt obliged to defend them. But they did not have time to do it, thank God. And we get to take all states from Turkey. Why can't I end my turn? What? Hang on. I can take some of it, right? This isn't because I'm democratic or anything, is it? I hope not. Who else is involved in the war? This seems weird. Okay, let's do this. Grab. Okay, pass. It's doing a weird war score thing, where I have to actually get points. I'm not sure why. Since I'm the leader and these are just my puppets, I wouldn't have thought it mattered, but there we go. Okay, yeah, we get to take all states from Turkey. Bam, done. And my land has officially been joined up. Huzzah! Okay. Okay. So let's see. When we start the war against the German Reich, I am going to want to be able to take the Suez Canal to reestablish the trade routes that we will need in order to fund the war machine. But I guess I'll hold off on that for the time being. And now that I'm democratic, I'm not able to attack people like Iran or Afghanistan if they haven't generated any world tension, which they have not. So, what I should probably do... There should be a lot of planes and stuff down here, right? Let's establish a new front line against Vichy France. Hello, Free France. We'll take some spades, a couple of other infantry. Some of you guys will probably be fine. I'm thinking spades, though, because the tanks will allow me to push through kind of quickly. Place them all here. Establish a new offensive line like so. Okay, that's where one set of troops are going to go, and the rest of you... actually, hang on. I need to establish everybody goes here. There we go. And then I'll try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. There we go. Set them all there. Okay. That should be fine. Tank divisions. I don't know why it showed Poland as if they were a thing. They definitely don't exist. That was weird, right? Not just me? Not just me. So this looks like mostly plains, fields, and stuff. I should be able to use my tanks to great effect to push across here. I really want to finish this area off so that all my troops can come down to this front line. That's going to be important to me. Cutting them off might help. Of course, they'll still have some naval bases, which will allow them to transfer supplies. So it's not going to completely cut them off, but it's something. If I set up a front line, let's say here, and go all the way up to here, that might be able to cut off some of their major supplies. Some of these naval bases and stuff. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't like that it's split up into two fronts. Hang on. Offensive line, starting here. There we go. Drag it around town and skadoosh. Okay. That's what I would like my tanks to do at the very beginning of the war. If we can cut them off, D-Day, get the Germans to overreact to the Allies, which, by the way, I see Free France right here in Pas-de-Calais. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, that should be fine. Grab all of this and then sweep down this away. That is the goal. I will need to have some troops here to defend against the Italians. So let's grab, let's see, again, none of these are mountainous, but the Mountaineers should be a little bit better in hills still. Better movement, attack, and defense. It might be worth having some Mountaineers. Did I ever upgrade their template? No, they still have a combat width of 12. It's not very good, is it? What would happen if I were to increase that up? I mean, I've never really used my Mountaineers, but if I did this, it would cost me a bit more manpower, which I have. Infantry equipment, which I have plenty of, and that's it. Oh, that's not so bad. Alright, engineers, let's say field hospital, recon, and support artillery. That would cost me a bit of stuff. But we have support equipment, motorized infantry equipment, artillery, have plenty in storage for everything, plus the manpower, which we can handle. Alright, let's make our Mountaineers actually better. There we go. They should reinforce pretty quick, I think. So, 1, 2, 3, 4... plus a couple regular infantry divisions. Ah, darn it. Have to hold down shift. Plus a couple of regular infantry divisions. Hold the line against Italy. And the rest should be fine. I imagine very soon Bulgaria and Hungary are going to take their troops back. Let's go to the free military factories. We have only one more. Really? Thought it would have been better than that, but I guess I was mistaken. Let's place one here. Okay. Need a bit more steel. Can I find a trade route? Apparently I lost all of mine with Hungary. Let's fix that. Thank you. Maybe a bit more from nationalist Spain. And that's probably actually all I need. We'll go here, get a little bit more from the British Raj. That's reasonable. I could use a little bit of oil, surprisingly, but I think I'll hold off on the oil for the time being. Alright, that was phenomenally successful. Way more than I think that I deserved, kind of given everything that was going on there. That was a risky move, not a good one, but it worked. Alright, so we're going to deploy a few more tank divisions, get this guy up to a full 25. Now, when it comes to the tanks, I know that previously I had been saying I'm kind of disappointed with the motorized rocket artillery. They were not nearly as good as I kind of wanted. Someone was pointing out in the comments, and they are absolutely correct, that if I want to fix that, one thing I ought to consider doing is upgrading the rocket artillery itself here, which would allow for towed rocket artillery, which is kind of meh, but we could then work toward rocket artillery upgrades 1 and 2, which each increase my motorized rocket artillery soft attack by 15%, which is huge, and then the last level here upgrades them by 30%. So instead of doing like 50 soft attack, they probably would be able to do close to like 80 or 90 by the time that we're done. That's pretty darn solid. So if I want to commit to the motorized rocket artillery and just make them better, that's something we should consider researching. And now, once again, I do... You know what? I think I'm repairing the factories, and that's why we're starting to get them back sporadically. So let's go ahead and fix some of that. There we go. Once again, more steel. Vichy France is not delivering what they were supposed to. Okay. Fix that a little bit. There we go. Japan. Deliver, please. Thank you. Maybe a little bit more? Hate to keep giving stuff to Japan, but we're going to have to. And you know what? I will go ahead and grab the oil, just so that I am able to build my tanks a tiny bit faster. Look how much freaking chromium we have now. We are exporting 972 of it, though. That's pretty darn good. That's a lot of factories that I can use. Why are my troops so insistent on gathering up in this particular pocket? Isn't that interesting? I think it's interesting. We are short by a lot of tanks again. Wow, these tanks, though. They are proving problematic. Free France is actually holding on a little bit to the Pas-de-Calais. It looks like the Germans are making a push on them now, though. When are we going to see D-Day happen, though? I want to see the Allies landing in force, right? Where are the frickin' Americans? America, come on. Get in there. The French will thank you. Speaking of the French, hello, it's Charles de Gaulle. It's a person I didn't know who it was, believe it or not, for a long time, until I went to Paris with my wife, and they have a lot of things named after Charles de Gaulle. Charles de Gaulle, sorry. And I asked the French family that we were staying with, who is he? And they looked at me like I was an idiot. They're like, you're kidding, right? I'm like, no, I don't know who Charles de Gaulle is. And like, he's basically, for us, like Washington is for you. He was the guy who led the French during World War II and the resistance and all of that. It's like, oh, well then yeah, it makes sense you have a lot of like subway stations and other things named after him. Sure, okay, I can work with that. These are unassigned, I think. Let's go ahead. Oh, are they? Nope, never mind. These guys are assigned. I'm mistaken. Low manpower. Are you kidding me? I have 880,000. I think we're fine. A little shy on tungsten, but otherwise no big deal. Toad anti-tank, we still have no template for. How are we doing on the Toad anti-tank? We have 1.2 thousand. Can I start changing up some of my templates again? These infantry, which are primary artillery based, I'm going to go ahead and replace the anti-air. And if I do this, I almost have enough. Let's go ahead and save this. Done. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to start using up our Toad anti-tank. Make these guys more effective in piercing. Just need a few hundred more there. No template still for improved anti-air. What? Do these guys not have him? No, these guys do not have anti-air. All right, let's add them. There we go. Now everything has a template. We had plenty of anti-air, which should get doled out pretty nicely. So half of our divisions, our infantry divisions, are going to be a little bit stronger because they have tanks, which gives them automatic armor and piercing value, and they're good at fighting down fighters. And the infantry, which are intended with artillery to be better at soft attack, also have some anti-tank value thanks to the Toad anti-tank. That all seems reasonably good to me. I think it's a good compromise. Okay, so now we just sort of sit back and wait and try to get more upgrades. The anti-tank there is done. We could make an upgrade, which I would like to do. Probably should go ahead and do that now, so we can start producing it. We're about to finish formation flying for the air doctrine, which will make things a little bit better, which is excellent. Go ahead and stop that. Air support mission efficiency sounds nice. Let's continue making progress on that. Now, someone did suggest one thing I could do is start making some paratroopers, and that's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind having access to that. It's just we're kind of late in the game there. I have to train a few of them up. But if we could get brief air superiority, we could land a whole bunch of troops behind German front lines and force them to split, which would be nice. By the way, I am not seeing a lot of Germans on their front borders. Now that's interesting. Why? Where'd they go? Where did they go? Are they overreacting to the UK and France? That's not a lot of troops. I'm looking at this and wondering if we made a push now while they're not deployed, would that be good? How are we doing as far as our construction projects? Because I set up a bunch more. Still finishing up some factories, some radar, anti-air, and then we have a ton of forts to work through. Still going to be a while. Mechanized is done. Nice. An unassigned tank division. Oh, right. I did change this up. Hang on. You guys all assign here. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Mechanized. We could start working on the paratroopers. I could start working on some extra infantry anti-tank, which I think is actually going to be necessary. I'm thinking maybe it's almost time to attack the Germans. I've got way more on the front line than he does. A really aggressive first few days could be enough to utterly cripple the Germans. Maybe. Where are you? Now, he'll strategically redeploy very quickly. It won't last for long. It's just a question of can I get the emergency thrust to actually beat him down. But if I do that, I'm going to open myself up to an attack from Japan, who, by the way, also does not have a lot of troops here. Now, I have no intention of pushing with these guys. I just want to hold the line. Let's see. The UK has Iwo Jima and Marcus Island. I wonder if they're making a push against the Japanese. Can we see anything happening here? No. Let's give it a little bit more time, but... Oh, this is very tempting, though. This is very tempting. This could be an opportunity. I could really use more troops. But it's going to be a while before more get trained up. We still have Bulgaria and Hungary's troops all in position, ready to go. Mostly they fortified up these borders, which is interesting, in Slovakia. Do I join the Allies and go for it now? I don't like how many of my troops are up here. But it would allow us to go ahead and capture all this stuff quickly and just finish it off. Let's think about that. So if I did set up some air wings, let's say here in Hungary, okay? I would want to place, let's say, I don't know, let's say 300 up here. This is where I think a lot of the fighting is going to be. And we'll also create a new air wing for... Oh, wait, we have more... Oh, wait, those are the fighters. Okay, hang on. Close air support. For this, I think we could probably do a couple hundred. Okay. For our fighters, we would do air superiority over... Well, okay, I may actually need to split these guys up a bit more than this. Hang on. Let's reduce this a little. There we go, 200. So a little bit of air superiority here over Czechoslovakia. I actually would do less close air support. Close air support over Czechoslovakia. Okay. And then we would create a new air wing, probably, with another 100 fighters. There you go. These guys would do... Oh, sorry. I selected the wrong group. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Close air support over Czechoslovakia. These guys would do air superiority over the Alpine region, which allows us to control these borders a little bit better. And we would want to set something up over probably eastern Poland. So if I went here and said we want to have another 100 fighters like so, air superiority over eastern or western? Probably eastern to start. Eastern Poland. So we can push up this way. Yeah? Yeah. And we'd set up a new air wing for close air support. We'll say 100 to start. These guys would do close air support over eastern Poland just to support my tanks as they make their push. And that all seems kind of reasonable. And maybe I'd also set up some close air support. Now, I wouldn't have any fighter support, but maybe we'd be okay. I don't know if the Germans would commit any resources here, but we could try doing some close air support here in Belarus. So we can push across here a little bit better. Maybe? It's all kind of reasonable, I think. Should be reinforcing these guys up to their full air wing strength pretty quickly. Shouldn't take long. Not more than a few days. Huh. For military factories. Well, that's just because we're finishing building some stuff. We don't need this much anti-air, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down. We're still making a lot of infantry equipment, but that's mostly upgrades. Still need to reinforce a lot of tanks. Could use more fighters, but I think it comes down to the tanks. Yes? Yes. Let's go ahead and set up some more. Like so. And we need more resources. Alright. British Raj. Sweden, it says you could deliver more. There we go. Go ahead and do that. And that should set things straight there. A little bit more. Okay. Reasonable. Yeah, I don't know where all the Germans are, but they're not defending their lands right now, which means I think we go for a push. Maybe they decided they wanted to either assist in Africa, or maybe they're trying to do some landings somewhere. That could be. Or maybe they deployed all their troops down to the British Raj because they think that's where Japan needs the most help. Also could be. My generals are feeling relatively confident because they're not seeing much resistance at all. How are we doing as far as reinforcements? Still lacking a freaking ton of tanks. Now, most of that is from new deployment. So what I'm going to do real quick is say, stop with the deployment. Let's not worry as much about that. Let's instead worry more about reinforcement. Let's take the troops that I already have and get them up to full fighting strength ASAP. For that, we would need another 350. Shortage would last for 78 days at the moment. We're currently producing like 14 tanks a day. That should be going up with our efficiency as time goes on. I'm still working on the streamlined line, which would allow for our efficiency growth to increase by another 10%, which is pretty solid. I still don't have my infantry anti-tank. I'm going to keep waiting a little bit. I see things happening over here, and I'm fairly confident this is because means that the UK and the USA and stuff are trying to do landings here in France. Fairly confident, and if that's the case, then the Germans are probably set up all along here to defend, which means I can make my initial push. They'll have to strategic redeploy to go and counter me, which hopefully will let the UK and the USA make their push here, which means we win. Force them to fight on two lines so that they can't do it. I'm going to hold off Italy the best I can. Oh, we need to get another couple of infantry. One go here, and let's say 1, 2, 3 go here. There shouldn't be much in the way of Italians in this area, but let's just make sure that we're able to grab Albania. I don't want to have the Italians landing, setting up some troops on my back door, now do I? That would be quite unfortuitous. Airborne assault, paradrop, attack, defense, agility. All very nice if I end up doing that. We're still working toward the constitutional guarantees. It's interesting because I feel like this entire video we still have not gotten through a single national focus. And that's partly because I've had to pause a lot as I consider what I'm doing, because this is now the crucial part of the game, also fighting a war. But two, the game is just running that much slower. Like, seriously, it's running really slow now. Kind of makes me sad, but oh well. What can you do? Let's just go ahead and finish up this national focus, get my constitutional guarantees going, figure out what we're going to do from there, but I think we may just want to declare on the Germans. I think it's almost time to just go ahead and join the Allies and make our push. How are we doing as far as construction? Whoops. We are now finishing up some radar projects, okay, and then we'll be working on our anti-air, which will make it a lot easier for us to get air superiority. If I can establish a little bit of air superiority, I'm going to feel comfortable enough to actually make our push against the Germans. I think. And that's going to take a couple more weeks at least, but it's something. Still have a ton of forts to build, though. Absolute metric ton. But, oh well. What can you do about it? Now, I don't think that the victory points in, like, Russia technically matter much. Maybe they do. They're not, I'm trying to remember, as far as victory points, the core territory of the nation you're attacking matters a lot more, doesn't it? I thought it does. Nationalist Spain, still a part of the Axis. So is Vichy France. Some sort of fighting going on here. Again, I just think that the Allies are trying to land. They're just not being very successful at it, but they're really trying. I could definitely do my part. Constitutional guarantees are finally done. What can we do as far as our next national focus? We could work toward... Well, let's see. Handle the King does very little for me at this point, because we don't have King Carol anymore, so doesn't matter. All we get is a little bit more democracy support, but I don't care. So we don't need to do anything over there anymore. We can work on the modern anti-tank, which would allow us to start researching and producing that stuff a lot faster. Mountaineers, make them better. Huh? Mobile tank destroyers. I don't think we're going to go for heavies in this particular playthrough. I don't think I'm going to have enough production to do it. I don't need to build nuclear reactors. Training time, construction effort. That would allow me to go ahead and build all the stuff that I need a lot faster. A lot faster. But this will allow me to get my anti-tank up and running a little faster too, so let's go ahead and start doing that. We can modify the governments. Do I want to go for Special Forces, Mountaineers? Now here's the thing, right? So paradropping, yeah, it makes paradrops better, but the infantry themselves, once they've landed, are going to have to be able to fight. To that extent, I would think Commando's a little bit better. Paratroopers do count as Special Forces, I think. I don't care about ship designers, I don't care about a Chief of Navy. If we have to do this... Let's go for Commando. We'll make our Mountaineers more effective. And I think we're going to have to end this video here. But next video, I think it's time to declare on the Germans and see if we can make this happen. as quickly as possible. We have some radar finally finishing up, which means we've got a little sight as to what's going on. Not much, but a little bit. It'll make it easier to intercept any incoming bombers so I don't lose my factories. And that'll have to be it for now. All right, thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and of course hit that notification button. Subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.